It is League of Legends, and of course it is Fnatic versus SK, El Clasico of esports, as Red Eye mentioned.
That's why we're on the BBC website.
These teams have met each other many times across many games. It is absolutely a proper classic game. As it stands, though, you can see Kevin on Olaf, sat ready and waiting. Joe, I don't think we're going to see any level 1 fights between these two teams, but we do have some interesting team comps. I'm interested to see how Ocelot is going to do on Elise. He's breaking that one out. Of course, SK Gaming, they are already in Season 3. They can break out what the heck they like. They don't have to worry. Fnatic are certainly the team that has to worry, but Peke on Kassadin, great counter.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one to watch. I'm not sure which way I kind of favor this one. I mean, SK, they lost their first game. My mouse sensitivity is really high. I'm going to have to watch out for that. They lost their first game, which obviously is not the best start that you want to a tournament, but they won their last one, which for me is somehow a better way to come into a final game, winning the game previous to that one. It gives you that momentum boost. Whether that turns out to be true or not, we're going to find out in the next half an hour, 40 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, so Hercubot starting out at race. He's going to go on, picked up the red, of course. So Blue Buff, is he going to go, is Hercubot going to full on take it? Are they going to, I'm just trying to see what they're, I think, oh, there's a full invade. No, yeah, they backed out already, making sure they didn't get caught in that one, but Kha'Zix has gone towards the blue, so he's going to take the blue himself, so they're going to steal both blue buffs away. This is exactly what SK had against them, against absolute legends. They managed to steal in there. Hercubot has come in, though. He'll have a job at keeping that one away because he's going to have Smite available. The rest of the team are going to come and help him out, and they should steal it away. Just keeping my eye to see where Rammus is going to spin off to. Oh, and Soaz is in trouble here. The exhaust goes down. Hercubot suddenly turns his attention towards him. Soaz is going to flash through. Will manage to escape there. He's going to come back around. Hercubot picks up the blue.
Yeah, crazy little start to that one. Soaz going very, very low, but not dead. I think that's the really important part of that equation there. But that's a much needed buff as well.
He's still there.
For that Cho'Gath, yeah, he's still hanging there. I'm not sure that's something that he wants to keep doing. Nif is up there with him as well. He's trying to get these wolves down with him as he goes. But Hercubot will have those away as well. And Soaz eventually will, in fact, recall. That
is going to hurt him massively. He's only got one CS. He's still not gone back because he doesn't want to, because he's just chugging that potion down. But he's going to be so troubled in that 2v1 lane now, on that bottom lane. The fact that he's used his flash already, I expect to see Hercubot possibly paying him a visit very soon. As soon as they hit level 3, maybe, just to come straight around and see if they can get that gank on the turret.
Top lane, obviously, not easy to go up, even with that Olaf who's got the undertow, but now he's going to be backing away here. Got one level in his Q, one in his E up until now, but he's going to go back, take himself those wolves. But we saw that yellow star enrated combo for Fnatic in their first game of today against Absolute Legend was a big key in their victory.
Yeah, we are seeing a bit of a CS difference in the mid lane. We are going to see Cyanide spinning straight in towards Ocelot. He switches into Foreman, and he's just going to flash it away. So another flash burnt there, so flashes across the map starting to be used up. Expect to see Cyanide repaying a visit to Ocelot in a moment. Immediately he gets that Null Void onto him, and Cyanide is thinking of returning straight away, but no, it's going to keep him away. Kha'Zix suddenly has just got a big burst of CS, so he must have just cleaned out an entire wave right by the turret there. They didn't really use it. You can see they're trying to freeze the lane out, trying to keep him completely out. Nif being the blocker at the front, trying to keep him away from the experience, just using that Void Spokes to pick up as much CS as he can.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Olaf's not having much of a better time either there. Kevin comes back into lane, down to half HP already, so jungler's going to have to get involved at some point. Whether that'll mean 3-man ganks through the tri-bush or not remains to be seen on that one. Rammus actually on the top side. Cho'Gath actually coming here in towards XPK in that middle area. And XPK is going down. He's going to get knocked up here. But will he have the damage to finish off a kill? Hercubot going to go in there, decides against it.
Ocelot just wasn't there ready to react, and instead he just chose farm, and Hercubot really initiated very well there, completely caught him off guard. He was already, you can tell he was in the shop or something, because he just didn't even react to it. Just immediately got caught out there, but so Hercubot instead takes a giant wave and says, thank you very much, lane tax.
Cyanide coming over here as well to cover that middle. His blue buff has just run out, still got that red buff on him though. Now let's have a look quickly down the CS, compare the equal roles. The AD carries there 38 to 32 in favor of Ezreal. That's obviously Candy Panda could actually end up taking away this turret here, and he is in fact going to do that. This is going to be turret number 1 of this game eventually when they get that final hit. There we go, taken down, and they will most probably be moving over now into this top lane. Actually, we are going to see that Howling Gale knocks Soaz up. Are they going to keep going? Yes, they will. Exhaust goes down. Cyanide coming in. Here comes the teleport as well. They need to be very careful. Cassidy's only level 5 though, doesn't have that Rift Walk available to get in and finish.
Very nicely done there. Cleanse straight off. Cyanide, as soon as he taunted it, got the cleanse off. Soaz tried his best to bait it, but teleport used, cleanse used, a bunch of skills. He did very well to avoid that bark ball hitting the minions, by the way. I was expecting him to slam straight into them, but instead he held off well. But that bottom turret went very, very quickly for SK Gaming. They're just going to switch up to the top lane now. You can already see Candy Panda making his way up here against this duo pairing of Yellowstar and N-Rated. So it's going to be a strange situation for Nif as the support player up against his old AD carry. But Kevin just holding onto that turret. They're going to go a little bit aggressive on towards Kevin. They've taken him very low here, but immediately Candy Panda comes back in just time, to pick up that giant big siege minion, which gives him that chunk of gold. Ocelot, meanwhile, in this mid lane, continuing to farm out, and out farming Piqué by quite a little bit. 10 CS advantage so far.
Yeah, 10 CS, but he's got that level advantage as well. Already up at level 6 with his ultimate available. Cyanide just headed home. Obviously no dragon attempt as of yet, but the wards have started already to go down onto that area. And the AD carrying support just going to be backing off here for SK. Actually, N-Rated has completely gone home, and it looks like they're actually going to be switching out once again. Kha'Zix is down in this bottom lane, and Hercubot is actually waiting in for him here. This could be very dangerous for Soaz. They know that he's inside of that bush, but the question is, can they finish him off here? Yes, Soaz is going to get silenced up. It's taken him a year to react to that one as well. He is going to get ignited. This is first blood, goes to Cho'Gath, and he was not paying attention there, Demon.
He was definitely not paying attention, very much caught out there. Soaz, not really in the game at the moment, was bullied out early on, of course, and he just seems to have not recovered since that very first level 1 blue fight that he had. Ocelot, meanwhile, in this mid lane, farming out very nicely. Piqué is going to come across and pick up that blue buff and stroll back. So is that going to help him out in that mid lane? He needs something to turn it round, because all the lanes really are favouring SK Gaming so far.
Yeah, doing a really great job in terms of the farm. So they've got that turret down as well. And to be honest, Candy Panda and Nif here are going to be putting a lot of pressure onto this top turret. I'm not sure that Yellowstar's going to be able to hold them right off from that one. Kha'Zix actually coming in there as well. So as he's going to be changing up which lane he goes for.
That's
wow.
I mean, that's interesting. They've basically said, okay, so as you're pretty screwed, and we're just going to let you suffer, because they're putting him back up against that 2v1 lane that have already just beaten him down so badly and then took his turret. And yet they're just saying, we're going to switch back to it. We're going to send our duo lane bot.
Yeah, but it looks like Olaf at least is going to be coming up to this top lane now, so that might be a little bit of
they're going mid.
respite for him. Yep, they are coming mid. Very interesting decisions here from SK. Obviously want to be pushing these towers down, and I suppose if one of them's going to be your target, that middle outer turret's the best.
Yeah, they're going to give Candy Panda the red buff as well, so he's going to be coming in towards that mid lane at the moment. See
if he hits his Q.
If he does hit his Q, there we do. Does manage to clean that one out. The duo lane now in the bottom. You can see they're going to catch up a bunch of CS though, because they've got like 2 giant creep waves coming straight in. Oh, they're going to go on towards Piqué. Can they catch him out? The Rupture does manage to keep him there. Ocelot gets, oh, beautiful. Cyanide came in to try and defend it, and he went headlong straight into the web.
Took one for the team, I think, is what happened there, but I'm not sure that he actually meant to go that far in as Ocelot here. Trying to get rooted up, but that's not going to mean anything. SK with 4 men sieging this outer middle turret, just as we thought would end up happening. The Rupture doesn't quite do get the knock up there onto Zyra, and here comes the ultimate out of Zyra. Nif knocks in the air. Tower hit's going to come in. Piqué will actually pick up the kill there as he Rift walks in to finish off. And that will leave us at 2 for 1 in favour of SK. They've got a 1,700 gold lead, and we're approaching 10 minutes.
They had to respond to that one, and they did, because they're in danger of losing that middle turret. Kevin putting pressure on towards Soaz on this top lane as well. He's gone and got that giant spot. We just saw Shy doing the exact same thing. It's how the Koreans do it. Don't even bother with boots for quite a while now. The boots seem to be a second thought further in this game, and they've gone straight for that big health item, stacking it up, get that Warmogs as soon as possible. I guess we was taking notes in that last game. We do see down the bottom, it is Candy Panda picking up the golems. He's going to keep out Yellow Star in a moment. Yellow Star's going to push in towards that turret, so keeping their farm going between the two. You can see Yellow Star did pick up their 2 giant waves of minions, and obviously his push advantage in terms of CS has gone straight for the BF sword along with the boots rather than anything else in there. Different choice path for Candy Panda. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Hercubot clearing things out. Things settling down in the lane phase after a little bit of a chop and change.
Yeah, after those crazy moves around, now just getting into a bit more of a farming pattern. See that Soaz, he's got the tier and the boots in there, but Kevin is very tanky. He needs to be careful that he doesn't just switch onto him, because those reckless swings will take probably just under a quarter of Soaz's health away with each one. Especially if you can manage to land the axe in combo with it. CS up there 62 to 60, middle lane 77-65. Ocelot still doing a fantastic job with Elise of holding the lead there. The AD carries slight lead for Ezreal, but that's also not a huge one at good 5 CS, 6 CS.
And so Soaz is going to go back. I guess he wants to build up towards probably that brutalizer early on maybe, as soon as possible, but like you said, he is hurting. Ocelot farming out still in that mid lane, keeping the advantages going. Pekka's going to start getting much more maneuverable now. He's going to start feeling a little bit more confident, but the question is, there's no real lanes that he can go to just to pick up the kills. The Cyanide's having the same problem at the moment, because top lane, they're kind of just leaving B. He has caught up with the farm a little bit there. Soaz didn't go back, actually. He stayed where he was. It's really about these 2 duo lanes. We do see N-Rated with Nif, manages to catch a great route onto him, but nobody can follow that up. We do have crazy pings coming down, because yes, they are aware that Hercubot was sat in that bush, and really we haven't seen a great deal of Cho'Gath, this tournament, considering the last North American tournament, pretty much a standard. I think he was the 2nd or 3rd highest picked and banned champion within the whole tournament. Very much always in there. Seems to be working very well for SK at the moment. SK definitely with that advantage. 2,000 gold advantage, turret up, of course, and looking like they may well be able to push the second turret in a moment.
SK now switching around towards this middle lane. They're going to have 4 men there. Let's see what Fnatic can do to stop this one happening. Ocelot, Nif, and Hercubot all around there as well. But 4 men also from Fnatic. Look at the tower. It's basically 2 hits coming out of Caitlyn for that one. Out of Ezreal, sorry. They're right next to Soaz here. They're not coming, actually going to catch him just in time. Soaz is not escaping this one, or is he escaping this one? Ultimate. Wow, what a dodge from Soaz. And he, again, somehow gets away with no health. Ridiculous.
He did exactly the same against the Zubu Frost. And remember, they came in and got the 2 kills. Certainly knows how to escape with that champion. He used just about everything he had in his bag, but it also meant he got caught out, and it was a split second from heading back as well. Like you mentioned, they only need to get 1 shot onto this turret, really. Candy Panda just 2 shots. I feel this is probably going to be the middle turret going down here. They're going to try and wipe the waves out, but Candy Panda's going to go in. Oh, we just got 1 on there. The Howling Gale whistles through, but Soaz is going to have to return, because Kevin again is pushing it. Dragon is available with coming up to 14 minutes. Nobody's really made any attempt to go for it just yet.
Yep, blue Rookfish being given over to XPK. Ocelot going to be taking the blue over on his side as well. And yeah, I'm quite surprised that we've not seen this dragon being contested out of yet. And that's really just most probably about the situation that we're in this game. It's the final one of the group. The winner will go through into tomorrow's semi-finals. Loser will be knocked out of the tournament. So it's really all on the line on this one.
Interesting to see Soaz go boots mobility there. Definitely a strange choice. He's obviously expecting to be split pushing a lot here and trying to help out as much as possible. He realizes he needs to get his farm going. Not certainly a standard build like you tend to see on a Kha'Zix. It tends to be all damage, everything up front. Instead, he's going to farm out, try and get that brutalizer completed. Peke pushing the bottom creep wave. That's going to get shut off by Candy Panda heading down there. And there is the middle turret. Finally got down to minions, which means it is 2-0 in terms of turret. SK Gaming looking strong here. And many people said beforehand they have been very strong in their scrims, etc. But Fnatic have been sat for a week training here in Poland, in Warsaw. They're going to go directly back to Warsaw after this tournament, straight back to the apartment that they've been using to keep everyone training as hard as they can for that season through EU Regionals just coming up next weekend. But as it stands, SK Gaming seem to have their number in the early game.
Cho'Gath down on this bottom side. I'm wondering if they'll finally end up going towards Baron from this one. Nif just going to ward over. Yeah, Dragon, sorry.
They could go
a bit
Baron.
early for Baron. He has four,
it's just
technically. But yeah, more likely to be a Dragon, I'd say. At this point, we've not seen one done as of yet, but again, SK not feeling like they're in a comfortable enough position to think about doing that one. There is a pink ward down from SK's side of things, so they know what the vision's looking like on their side. I think it's just a case of getting them all together in the right place to do it.
Yeah, here comes Kevin. He's heading down the river, so it's going to be a Dragon setup for SK Gaming here. They're just going to ward it out and maybe see if they can force their first big team fight of the game. And you can immediately spot Fnatic reacting to this one. That's why Suez has got them boots of mobility. He's going to be motoring on down there. Ocelot turns up towards N-Rated, forces him back. Kevin comes in, and it's just the combo straight across there, catching him out, and that's going to force Fnatic away. They can't really fight for this one, but it doesn't matter. The Dragon already going to go down. There it is, Candy Panda and Co helping to pick that one up. A feast and a smite. Ocelot gets caught out. Kevin is pursuing this one. I'm not too sure he wants to go too deep. The rest of his team are just going to back away.
Yeah, and they're actually going to chase down here and towards Ezreal, who does get away, so no real problems for him. And that was a nice bit of play. Obviously taking the one kill, taking the Dragon. Mission accomplished from SK's side of things. They're probably going to have a decent amount of money yet. 3 of them over 1,000 gold to spend on their next trip back. Let's have a look down the items then between the two AD carries. BF Sword, Berserker Greaves, Vamp Scepter and Doran's Blade for Ezreal. And Caitlyn has got that Bloodthirst to finish dagger and the tier 1 boots. For the mid lane, the Haunted guys at Amptome, Merc Treads for Ocelot and Elise, and the Catalyst and Tia for Xpeke. And then this top lane we talked about before, the boots of ability tier, moving up towards that Brutalizer as well, is Kha'Zix, and the Warmogs is finished now for Olaf.
Another giant spell being picked up this time by Herkybot. So I guess he's either going to go Sunfire or Warmogs early on. True Shot Barrage zipping along the bottom lane, so they're clearing out and shoving that lane. The Yellow Star's going to clear out as much as he can. Got his Bloodthirst to complete, as does Candy Panda. This time he looks like he's going to go... Yeah, he's going to go Last Whisper straight afterwards. And Jack mentioned this one in the last game. There is no armor on the opposition team yet. He's going for that. Going very early for the Last Whisper. We'll see whether he does manage to build straight into that. I guess he will. Why not? It does give you AD as well. We do see the top lane. Nif just going out, checking out. I think he's going to be start warding out the Tri-Bush there. He's got to be careful he doesn't get singled out by Soaz, who's just gone back to buy. Completes. No, he didn't complete the Brutalizer. He just went for a BF sword.
Yeah, interesting. Not getting the 2 long swords in there. Pure damage up until now. But this top turret may be in a little bit of danger. 3 from Fnatic are starting to respond. Rammus is going to roll himself around here, and let's see if they can catch anyone out. Soaz is going to jump in there, but Fnatic not going for that one completely. As he's pinged down to the bottom because Ezreal, on his own here, is farming and at the same time pushing this bottom lane right out. He might have a good bit of time to put damage down onto this inner turret on the bottom lane. It's still full health, but that will change here very soon. Ocelot's there as well.
Yeah, his SK, they pinged it and they said, look, they've got 4 members they've sent up here, just keep pushing that bot lane. You see Ocelot, like you mentioned, he's waiting and ready and waiting for Soaz. He's going to come around the backside of Soaz, going to try and get the web in there, has to use his ultimate teleport coming in. You can see it's going to be Peke. Peke's going to dive in, does manage to land the slow, but they do avoid the damage. Ocelot going up and repelling up there, very nicely done, avoiding it. Now Herkybot's going to be sat ready waiting. They're setting themselves a trap up here, but they are going to back away. It was a 3v3, but neither team really fancied it.
Yeah, not really fancying it there. Blue buff is available, and Fnatic may just try and contest this one yet. Wise choice from SK. They've got that ward down in the bush, decide not to go in for it. Actually, yeah, we are going to see the spider come across. Not quite got the damage. Blue buff going to be picked up there by Xpeke.
Tried to force them to smite it so they don't give it away to the enemy, but instead Peke did manage to pick that up with a nice wave. And looking back towards the top, you can see Kevin is keeping 2 of them busy at the moment up there, and a pause has been called out. So N-Rated Yellow Star, they're being kept tied up there. And how do we look across the board? For SK Gaming with the advantage. Fnatic have caused the pause by the looks of it, judging by all of them. Although I'm looking across, it's actually No, I think it's right. Yeah, I think Peke's called a pause and just looking across to the stage. You can see them on your screens as well. And they are going to get back underway. Obviously just a audio issue. They were just adjusting themselves or whatever. Something with the peripherals. Of course, that's the things with these gamers. They do bring all their own mouses and keyboards, etc. A lot of things getting plugged into computers that sometimes just don't like them.
And SK here pushing with all 5 men up towards this top turret. Fnatic know that they have to react to this one. They can't just stay there with 5 versus 3. That won't work out for them. Candy Panda taking a big hit there. And Fnatic managing to hold them back, at least for now. They do have that pink ward down in this brush, so they're going to have vision of SOAS and also be able to take any wards that are put down after that by Fnatic. There's another bit of damage coming out onto Candy Panda. But can they siege this one down?
Well, that's the question. You can see SOAS keeps popping around, putting his voice box, trying to do as much as he can towards them, but that turret is going to take yet more damage. This time they're going to try and engage. You can see Cyanide trying to get in there, maybe trying to pull the taunt out, but whoa! Burst of damage onto Cyanide, now stripped half his health off there. Don't think he was quite expecting that to happen. He hasn't really built tanky yet. That's going to be True Shot Barrage. Whoa, that just did a lot of damage to Enrated. That's whittled him down. Kevin's coming around the side here towards SOAS. He's pinned him out. SOAS has to jump away. The rest of the team going to push up on towards the turret. They're coming around here. They want to get a piece of Yellow Star, and they're going to get a chunk of Yellow Star. Ocelot comes in, takes down his ex-teammate. That might well have felt good for Ocelot there, although he won't say it publicly. The Howling Gale comes across the feast on towards Cyanide. Now Kevin comes around. Candy Panda picks up a kill on Peke. SOAS having to use his ultimate, trying to avoid the damage. Tries to go invisible. Can he juke this one out? I don't think he can. Oh, he has managed to leap away. Can he juke any further? He's got to get past the turret. He's going to take 2 hits from that turret. He realizes it. Comes around. Gets back onto Ocelot. But it's going to be Hercubot that shuts him down. Pulled something from nothing there.
Yeah, it was most likely a death coming out, so why not go for that one? Yeah, he's used his flash to actually do it, but nonetheless gets it. As Kevin here gonna get rooted. Cyanide is just chilling in the bush there from the top side. And it looks like they're going to be taking themselves a red buff away for this one. So good play again from SK. Very systematic, Demon.
Very, very systematic. 6-2 though the kills, and well, 6,000 gold advantage as well. 3-0 in turrets. Big advantages being gained by SK Gaming here. True Shot Barrage shot off to the giant wave down the bottom that's working it down, cleans that out. He's got a lot of damage now. The Andrew's just being picked up by Ocelot along with that Giant Spell. A second Giant Spell bought by Hercubot, and why not? You know, instead of completing the Sunfire Cape, just buy another Giant Spell.
1, 2, 3, 4 that they have in their team right now. And, well, Dragon's going down. Fnatic having this one as a freebie, to be honest with you. Which, you know, they are behind in that goal. It's 3-0 in turret, 6-2 in kills. But those Dragons really, really help to bring them back into it. But, as we've said, item-wise, they are behind in this game. So, team fights are not something that they're going to be looking for.
They're a long way behind, and, you know, as soon as their belts all get turned into items, it's going to be a problem for Fnatic. Fnatic are definitely fighting a losing battle at the moment. Ward's going on towards Baron by Kevin, and he's going to work his way back in towards that top lane. SOAS has been chasing this game. You know, that one kill, that may well have helped him a little bit. He'd have got a bit of decent bonus skill gold there, because as it was, Ocelot was 3-0-2 at the time, so he did manage to get a good chunk of gold for that one. We do see Candy Panda returning back to bottom lane as well. In fact, no, the call has come out, so the team call, they obviously want to push in the mid lane here, Joe.
Yep, certainly looks that way. Kevin's causing a bit of a distraction up top. In fact, have a look at Cyanide. He's spinning up currently, but not going to push. That's a big root catching onto Hercubot there. But again, they're not able to push this one down. But we will see Kevin continuously pushing that one. There's no teleports on this SK side, so nothing to worry about on that front for Fnatic in terms of the split pushes coming out. However, SK again are forcing the issue onto this inner turret in the middle.
Oh, they're going to try and catch out SOAS here above. You can see Kevin going in towards him, but he will just manage to avoid the damage and run away from there. Meanwhile, so Peke getting a little aggressive. Rupture comes in, catches Cyanide. Cyanide's still nowhere near tanky enough. Got home guard boots now, but still not really any armor or health other than that Ruby Crystal, which is really put him a long way back in terms of, I mean, just compare the two junglers. Hercubot is way ahead.
Yeah, look at the items there. I mean, the 202 is definitely helping out, but the CS is massive. And as you said, Cyanide is just not tanky enough at this point. He just can't go like this. Actually, he's going to get the taunt down to Kevin. This is going to be a fight. Cyanide already going low. Can they finish you off? Not quite. Zyra ulti will land on nothing there. And that's not what N-Rated had planned, but Fnatic, I guess most importantly, didn't lose a man. However, they may end up losing a turret here because there's a big wave of minions pushing onto this lower inner turret. SK are stealing away their blue buff currently, and they got to head straight down onto this bottom lane to take it.
Soaz trying to cause as much distraction as he can while they're pushing this bottom lane, but it's not working. SK were focused on taking out that inner turret. It's the first inner turret of the game, making it 4-0 now in turrets. They still have that 6k gold advantage. It has actually closed a little bit. Only just by 200 gold though, but every little helps here. Soaz now going to try and pressure. They've realised that SK have backed away. They want to try and take this middle turret quickly.
Yep, they're going to stay and put the pressure onto this one. All 5 members are there. And to be honest, they should have it as well. There's no one really to stop doing that. The shift being picked up here as well by Caitlyn, along with that bloodthirst obviously from earlier on. As they have a look towards the enemy blue buff. Nothing really there for the taking. They've
just been SK Gaming have just said, look, they're going to go for this top lane. We're going to shove straight quickly up the middle as fast as we can. It's actually this is how the Marn base race began. But I don't think Fnatic are going to fall for this one. Instead, they are not going to get to their turret in time. They're going to have to go around the backside of it. They do not want to come straight across in front of SK. And Kevin is going to try and tank this one out here. But Fnatic have gone around. Oh, and Rated just got popped straight away though. Here we come Cyanide. Home guard boost comes in, tries to get the taunt, but immediately gets the true shot barrage across Yellowstar. Yellowstar caught out, the Rupture comes in, does manage to catch on towards Cyanide. Damage on towards Peke now from Candy Panda. And SK definitely won out that trade, but really the only kill that came was N-Rated right at the start of it.
Yeah, but he went down so quickly as well. They had no chance to escape that one whatsoever. And now this turret is going to be open to them. Minions are there, they're going to be tanking the damage, and that is the second inner turret of this game for SK. We talked about how they're systematically doing this one, and it's not rocket science what they're doing either. 5 men into the lane that's pushed and having the brute force to just take the turret with them.
So items starting to get popped out. We do see a last whisper actually picked up by Soaz, so he hasn't gone the brutalizer pass, instead changed it around a little bit. Definitely an interesting choice from him. Static shift being picked up by Yellowstar. Intrigued to see why he changed that build around. Meanwhile, Yellowstar on the bottom, it's Soaz, he's collapsing on towards Candy Panda. He should finish this one off, and he will. Manages to get him caught out, and that's really a big win for Soaz. He's going to take down that AD carry. Can they take any options from this one? Can they push on towards the turret? Doesn't look like they're going to. They're not choosing to take it. A strange choice, nevertheless, but at best, I guess he went straight back, and there's another sword. I guess now he's going to go for the brutalizer.
Finally. That turret left with around about half HP, but only that one single turret being taken down up till now. That's obviously the middle out turret that was taken earlier on. Nif does have an Oracle as well, so kind of suggests to me that they're getting ready to do a Baron, or at least thinking about that. With 28 minutes in there, I still think a little bit earlier on their items were a lot more superior.
Superior indeed, Hercubon, full stacked. Hasn't been touched in a fight here, is it? Yeah, 2-0-2. 3-1-3 for Ocelot as well, and here's Kevin in that top lane, 1-0-3. 185 CS, and he's actually fell behind Soaz. Despite the fact Soaz was so pinned, he can be such a strong wave clearer. Now he's got the damage, he can just clear the wave straight away with one blast of those void spikes. Okay, coming into top lane, sort of testing the waters against Kevin, I feel here. He's going to keep wave clear as quickly as possible. As in the middle, Ocelot's going to get pounced on. Ocelot is getting jumped on there, and it's going to repel straight away. Soaz went leaping in for him now, along with N-Rated, but they couldn't catch him.
Dragons up. Let's see what we can do about this one. Cyanide gonna kick it off. The rest of the team gonna come around. Obviously, Fnatic did take that last one. SK, I think, not got an idea on the timer, to be honest with you. They've not really got any wards around there either, so they'll have not seen directly that Fnatic were gonna do that. Which, you know, that could have been, if they had that one single ward in to see that that was happening, that could have been their chance to get themselves a Baron there. And then, however, it doesn't happen, and that's a little bit more gold back, 36 to 40.7 thousand gold. So it's not that far off from Fnatic, and the longer this one goes on, the more chance they're going to have to come back into it as well.
Yeah, I mean, they were so focused. Nif's got the Oracle, so he was clearing out the Baron pit, and they were focused on defending him. obviously not realising they didn't know the time, as like you mentioned, so they didn't cover it off. That would have given them a good signal at this moment. There's 4 teams. Oh, they're going to try and pincer off Soaz here. Soaz is going to go in towards the turret. He's on to Kevin. The Rupture's going to come through and immediately gets away, gets the attack speed bonus with that ulti. Soaz is starting to cause problems though. You can see the damage that he put down on Kevin there. And that's Kevin with a Warmox and a Giant Spell stacked in there for a Sunfire Cape coming up shortly.
I wonder if Fnatic are going to be thinking that they could tip the balance of this game if they end up going for a fight now, especially if N-Rated, if they fight around this area. This is a perfect position for N-Rated to get those roots down and then afterwards get his ultimate across everyone. We'll have to see. Looks like SK very much content with taking down the third and final remaining inner turret, as we are actually going to see here Soaz getting ignited up by Ocelot, and that will be just enough for SK to force Fnatic away from it and pick up turret number 6 of the game.
Just wondering if they're going to turn and push this one, because they're going to spot Peke a long way off here. He has got teleport, yeah they are. They've spotted him in the bottom lane. Immediately they pinged it and said, well, you know what, we can just keep shoving this one. He has got teleport available, he can come back to base, which is what he's doing. He's recalling now, should be able to get back there, but there's going to be a couple of shots on towards that inhibitor turret, slowly working it down, but Soaz has returned, he's got full health, so SK Gamer will probably back away from this one.
And see if they can take it down. Fnatic actually going to push in. That's good damage coming out of PK. Soaz is coming back in there as well, so they're definitely ready to react on this one. I mean, SK taking a good bit of damage. The question is, what are they going to plan for now? Are Fnatic going to think, okay, they're doing Baron, let's head down there?
They want to catch N-Rated. He's going to come up here and ward. You can see he's just got the stone instead. He's not going to fall for it. And they are just going to back away and pick up a couple more items.
If they see Caitlyn here, surely they're going to end up going for Baron.
They do. I mean, they have great vision, but no, they are backing. They all realise that let's go buy some great items. They obviously have a stack of gold. They just took down another turret in that top lane. Stacked of wards coming out as well, popping into place. Sunfire Cape's getting completed. Pink wards being picked up. Static Shiv picked up as well. So a lot of damage boosted for SK Gaming now. Fnatic are going to have to work very hard and land really pincer off someone. Soaz either needs to separate someone, take them down very quick, get on towards Candy Panda maybe, try and take them out, because there's very tanky targets in there. Kevin, he's got a lot of hit points, he's very tanky. Hercubot, you can see, well, he had 2 giant spells stacked up there. He's very tanky as well, a lot of health. Honestly, Ocelot is pretty tanky as well right now. He's got the Rylers in there. He's going to have a lot of hit points, and he can repel. He gets out of the way. He's a bit of a pain to fight, Elise is. And instead, they're just going to turn and stack down this bottom turret, keep clearing the waves. Surprised they haven't really split, pushed across anywhere, but they don't really have the position to do that. They're just hoping that they can try and catch someone out.
Oh, look at that. Pink ward put down, trying to clear out the vision that was just put over there and stick a ward of their own inside of that base. So let's see if they can get themselves the first inhibitory of the game. So I was actually going to get knocked up in. They've taken him down to half HP, and I think SK wanted that engagement there. I think they were happy with going in and doing that damage. But as it happens, can't quite get in there. So home guard
Speedy Ramos.
As we are going to see Cyan here taking damage, but Ocelot taking probably more in the grand scheme of things. SK still not quite able to push it through.
Well, the problem is they haven't got any of the other lanes pushed, so all 5 members of Fnatic can just focus on defending this one. Soaz has come back, he's got full hit points now. They need to be careful, because the Fnatic team, if they were to chase and counter them down, if they were getting any advantage, they would catch you very quickly. Soaz and Peke would be able to just rip through that team if they catch any stragglers.
Yeah, that's one thing that they certainly have going for them. As SK come down towards that dragon, 35 minutes in the spawn, so you can see the last 2 did go over to Fnatic, and they've just got no idea, SK, when that one's coming up. True Shot Barrage just to wipe out that middle lane once again. But still, no Baron. 33, 34 minutes going in. Doesn't matter about the time, actually. Actually, the only way that it'd matter about the time, in fact, no, it'd never matter about the time, no, because Frost beat both of these
simply
teams.
Simply the winner. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, with SK being a little bit cautious about this one, because it would mean they go through. Well, of course, it does mean they'd face a Zubu Blaze, which in itself is going to be a very tough act. But actually, they put up a pretty good fight against a Zubu Frost in comparison to what Fnatic did against them. They pretty much rolled over and had their belly tickled by a good one.
Here we go then. Pink ward that was in that Baron finally taken away as the Oracle was picked up by Hercubot. A lot of pink wards down here actually from SK. They're not cheap.
I mean, they want the Baron basically. They're setting up for it. They've got the Oracle and Hercubot, like you'd say. As soon as those pink wards start coming out, they're definitely setting up for Baron. They want to force a fight.
Here we go then, Baron going to get started off. Olaf still in the middle. Janet and Elise here off to the side. Cho'Gath and Ezreal doing the Baron itself. And I'm going to keep tabs on its health there. There goes a ward finally in, and SK wisely, in my opinion. They were trying to get the sneaky Baron off with everything going on there. Didn't quite work out. They decided to stop.
And they just tried the duo Baron as much. Well, there is a ward in the back there. They've snuck it in. They didn't take it out. They have got an Oracle. There we go.
Yeah,
so Hercubot's going to come back around. Stand there. That's the Baron cleaned out once again. Everybody backs off. N-Rated tries to use his seeds to keep the vision alive. Kevin's keeping that wave pushed in the middle, which Soaz is holding off. Remember, Soaz has got boots of ability, so he'll be able to react very quickly as and when he is needed. True Shot Barrage clears out that bottom wave. A chunk of it. Yeah. Not really all of it, but that top wave's about to push itself as well. So SK really are in a great position to try and force a fight this Baron. The question is, do they want a straight 5v5? Because Candy Panda is going to have to be very, very mobile and slippery to avoid the damage from Pekka and Soaz.
There's a rupture coming down from the back. Kevin is in there. He knows he's not spotted because that pink ward is in. Kevin now going to get focused. He's down to half HP. But SK turn around. Are they going to go for it? Ragnarok actually popped there by Kevin a little bit premature. And there is Cyanide actually going to get rooted down, knocked up as well. Can they finish off the kills? Peke going very low. Elise going to get in there. Brilliant route, but is he enough to save them? Elise mops at once. Soaz now in all kinds of trouble at the top, being chased by Candy Panda and Kevin. Flash over by Candy Panda. Red buff on him, and he's not going to escape that one. Meanwhile, Caitlyn and Zyra did both get away. But it turns out very, very nicely for SK Gaming there. They only had Ocelot low. They picked up 3 kills for it.
Interesting build choice here by Soaz. He's gone for the Mirror Mana. Good to see how that works out if they were to get into the next fight. But it looks like the Baron will be going to SK, although Kevin is completely separated here. They should be able to take him down. Yellowstar's going to do a lot of damage. But you can see Kevin, oh, the True Shot Barrage. If he'd have actually turned and fought that one, he may have been able to get a kill.
Yeah. But either way, it's delayed them for any possible shenanigans and stealing that could have gone down after that. So I suppose they can't be too unhappy with it. Baron is going to be picked up, and you can see 2,600 and something gold still on Candy Panda. And he's got more gold rolling his way down this middle lane. But once that's gone, he's going to have a lovely shopping spree when he gets himself back home.
Yeah, you can see a lot of armor being popped out now. Grandian Zone was just completed by Hercubot. Runic Bulwark as well, completed by Nif, so they've just got a lot stronger in the team fights. Fnatic do manage to get that dragon. They keep it. That's what's kind of keeping the gold ticking at the moment. But with the Baron going down, it will definitely be a loss to them. Black Cleavers finally coming on the map. Normally you used to not be able to hold enough of them. Now they just seem to be the 3rd or 4th item that people tend to go for. So 4 items already picked up by Candy Panda. Just the Giants belt's actually been on Yellowstar. Yellowstar must be sitting on a lot of gold right now. He's been holding that for a long time, but hasn't really caught up the CS. The CS difference between the 2 AD carries is actually starting to stretch pretty heavily in Candy Panda's favour.
And you can see there SK having no time at all of Dragon. They actually just went down there for a bit of a peek, seeing nothing. That was taken not too long ago by Fnatic, and they've got that timer down, so should be able to get a dragon. The question is, will they be able to get out of the base to get a dragon when it next spawns? I'm not sure about that because he's baroned up. SK are surely going to be looking to push this advantage. They get the knock up there onto N-Rated, nothing more. Elise is actually going to push up that bottom lane as well. Middle lane already pushed right through to the tower. And SK going to be looking to do the same here on that bottom side. The question is, where does that engage come from?
Well, they pinged straight away and said, yeah, Peke is in that top lane, but thought they were going to maybe rush this bottom lane and get some more damage onto it. Candy Panda's going to not take too many hits to get that turret down. He's definitely starting to shred it down slowly but surely. Remember, Kevin tanked up that turret last time. He's quite happy to take at least the 3 hits from that turret. With the Randian Zone, and Hercubot could do just the same. Enough for Kevin though, but Kevin getting caught out. Cyanide comes in. Cyanide definitely a bit more tanky. He has to use that shield up. And again, the voice box from Soaz finally joining there, but Candy Panda, every time he gets in there, he does get a couple of shots off, and now he takes the turret. They're going to turn on towards the inhibitor. Are Fnatic going to be able to fight for this one, or are they just going to flat give it up, fight on the Nexus turret? This is no, Pekka is going to get caught. He gets silenced, Joe. They're going to straight in there. Is it going to be enough? The Zyra ultimate pops him up. True Shot Barrage didn't really land any hits on them. Yellow Star out the back, trying to keep as much damage down. Candy Panda is still very low. They might dive on towards him. So as using the ultimate, ace in the hole pops on towards Kevin, and they will just fend off this fight.
Tell you what, that's a brilliant job from Fnatic. Look at the health bars of SK, a lot lower than what Fnatic have. They've done a really, really good job of stopping that one from happening. Yes, they've lost the turret, which means it's probably just a matter of time until that inhibitor itself actually goes down, but hanging on, and that is the real key from this one. You've got to try and hang on, but SK actually just turning around, going back up towards that base of regen that they get from that Baron buff, certainly helping them out with that one. Okay, not quite being knocked up. Here comes a home guard. Rammus rolling in there, also like Taunton. He goes down. Kevin's not very healthy. Cyanide taking a lot of damage, but Soaz jumps in the middle. Candy Panda is low. Can they finish him up? Yes, flashing from Yellow Star. Can they get any more? Peke will come in as well. Hercubot being chased down. Not sure that Nif will be able to escape this one. One more auto attack or a built over Peacemaker will do it, and that is 3 kills for 1 for Fnatic. So we talked about, well, they held it brilliantly, but they turned that one right on its head, and they're only 5k gold behind. That's not that much when we're talking about almost 60,000 gold on the top end.
Yes, you can see that Cyanide now is starting to get a little bit more tanky. He started to do the damage. They're going to pick up a turret off this one as well, which is going to help them out immeasurably. And we're always seeing Yellow Star. Is he going to go for a Phantom Dancer as well? I'm just wondering if he's going full on attack speed here. They're going to try and push it towards, see if they can pick him an inhibitor turret themselves. That would be a great turnaround by Fnatic here. They've got the turret down already. They've managed to catch out. You can see Hercubot's damage coming on, but they're turning there. They're going to get an inhibitor turret. That's a fantastic counter-attack from Fnatic here. Now they're working on towards the inhibitor itself. They're not going to be able to get that one. Kevin should be able to pull them back. They're starting to respawn.
Absolutely mental stuff there. Back up at 44.08, so a couple of minutes from now. And we are seeing the bus being stolen away by Fnatic as well. And this is the kind of game that if SK end up losing, they will absolutely slaughter themselves for it, because this was their game to lose on more than one occasion. And, well, they may just end up doing that one. It was, can't take anything away from Fnatic. On the other hand, they've done a great job of turning that one around. I just feel that, now, when they backed away from that last part, I'm not sure that going back in was really necessary. It was really the best idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they suddenly thought, oh, we need to get this, or because they saw Soaz go to the top, they just assumed, okay, this should be a nice free fight because they're going to back away from it. But Fnatic were not in any mood to back away from the fights anymore. They've done enough backing, and they don't want to make True Shot Barrage actually missed that creep wave on the top wave there, but it was fired from the bottom of the map. As it is though, Candy Panda is farming out a lot right now. He's got 5 items complete. He's got the Furore boots on as well. But we do see that Giant's Belt, another BF sword on Caitlyn. Caitlyn is going to start building up potentially an Infinity Edge here. It's going to be very strong. Actually changed what he was building. He did have a Zeal on there earlier on. Yep. And he sold it. He's gone BF sword along with that Giant's Belt.
Yeah, interesting one, that one. See where he decides to go first. On the Giant Belt route, or with that BF sword going towards Infinity Edge. Let's see. Kassadin just pushing his top lane out. And that's what they need to do here as well, Fnatic. Just push SK that little bit further back. They know that another Baron going over to SK would be pretty devastating for their chances, especially after the work they've just put in that last minute and a half, 2 minutes of this one. We're up to 44 minutes almost of the game, so a long one. What we were expecting, what we were hoping for, to be honest.
Candy Panda's got out.
Oh, this is bad news for him. Can he get away? Probably not. So that's coming in here as well. And melted. Absolutely melted.
And that's what they need to do, and that's how quick goes to that combo of Kha'Zix and Kassadin. They can just collapse on you. Well, they may even be able to turn this into an inner turret. They're going to try and shove it. They're going to come around the backside. They're going aggressive here. Fnatic want to try and pick someone off. Not too sure whether they're going to be able to. Instead, they're going to turn in towards the inhibitor. You can see straight away they're going to dive straight in there. Is it going to be enough to go for the inhibitor? It's going to be a 5v4. Candy Panda, the main AD carry, down. They're going to give up this inhibitor, and Fnatic suddenly find themselves in a really strong position. 7-4 turrets, though, to SK.
This is great play from Fnatic.
They're going Baron, they're going Baron.
Yeah, Baron is up. And they are going to be heading there. Just showing that Fnatic, you know, they've been practicing hard. SK have been practicing hard. It was always hard to call. I mean, they've both technically got new lineups coming into this event, so hard one to call. But Fnatic, for me, looked a lot more gelled at this current state. I mean, SK, as we said earlier on, systematic pressure they were putting down. A circuit bot going to get caught out. There's a Howling Gale across. Ultimate's coming down left, right, and center. Knockup from Zyra is good, but can they finish off? Cyanide is right in the middle of them all. Can they lock down anyone? Ocelot, he's going to dive away from that one. Ends up landing right on top of N-Rated and will be picked off. There's the True Shot barrage. It's pretty much a no damage barrage, for actually.
Wow.
Soaz, wow, he goes down very quickly as well.
Candy Panda respawning just in time to get straight in there. Soaz wasn't expecting that one. Big, massive, long death time is now 60-second plus for Soaz, and of course Ocelot, they're going to chase on towards N-Rated. Candy Panda could well pick a target. Which one will he go for? Peke's going to get slowed. He should be able to catch on towards the Rupture in a moment. The playoff, failed flash, but the ultimates instead. Now they're going to go possibly straight towards the exposed inhibitor. Just turn and burn straight towards it. They've got 4 members that only defending it. They realise that Peke is well away from it. This is going to be an inhibitor for SK. Came in now. This game is going back and forth. Pretty crazy stuff considering they've got the Baron in there, but Yellowstar's coming back in. Yellowstar's going to get the damage down straight in towards it. It's going to be a 4v4 fight. Hercubot tries to get a piece on towards Peke. Hercubot gets taken down. Cyano's low, but Peke's continuing to chase. Yellowstar is doing so much damage from the back, and he's just untouched every fight.
This is such an insane game now. Fnatic once again somehow managed to hold on to that inhibitor. It feels like it's been under pressure for so very long. Well, that's I think because it has. Here comes a dragon for SK. This time they kind of flukily just walked past it when it spawned because they've not had the timer down for it. Oh, dragon, I forgot about that thing. But this top lane is all pushed out there. True Shot barrage, again, hardly doing any damage whatsoever, but short spawn time, might as well get it, short cooldown time, might as well get it off there and do what you can with it. Cyanide just scouting out on the top side. Obviously, they did take that last blue buff away, so they may just be hanging around to have that one as well.
Needs to be careful here. This is exactly how Candy Panda got caught out. This time they are going to go towards it. You can see Yellowstar is doing damage to a very beefy Olaf there, and that is really where all the damage is coming from, but they just don't seem to be able to get towards him. They've got that aggressive front line of Soaz and Peke that everybody is so focused on. Yellowstar's just getting a free reign at the back. They're going to steal away the blue buff. And well, there's just so much armor on Kevin, and I'm amazed how quick that damage came out. You can see the Infinity Edge, the Bloodthirst, the Static Shift, and the Last Whisper really is doing its job for Yellowstar. And I guess finally he might build into a Warmox towards the end.
Yeah, he's strong and he's doing ridiculous amounts. So as in a bit of a forward position there, but got that Banshee's Veil on to keep him safe from at least the first CAC that could come his way.
Just show how confident they are, though. The fact that Soaz now, who was really not in this game for a long period of time, finally does jump away, but he wanted to get that red buff. You can see actually Peke is sat ready waiting to maybe try and come in and steal that one. He thought about it. This is a bound up Fnatic team that really is not too worried about going aggressive right now.
Oh, Kevin again, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Not quite. He's just going to be waiting off from this one. Pretty much summoner spells and ultimates up across the board. Fnatic taking this inner turret on the bottom lane. That will bring us back to 7-6 in turrets. Pretty much even. 66.5 to 66.8 thousand gold. Fnatic now in the lead in this one. It's 12-10 in kills. It doesn't get much crazy in this. This is the final game of Group B here at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. The winner will go through to play Azubu Blaze in tomorrow's semi-finals. The loser goes home.
Well, we call it the El Clasico. Obviously representative of Real Madrid versus Barcelona, but SK versus Fnatic are two esports organizations that have been around for a very long time. And they are reaping the benefits of League of Legends right now because this game is fantastic between the two. Very close. Who is going to win out? That is the big question. SK Gaming are going to feel if they do lose it, like you say, they've thrown it. And really, it's Fnatic that fought very well in that bottom lane. Both inhibitors down. two teams, and it's SK Gaming being the aggressor here. Baron buff has run out on Fnatic now, and Yellow Star is going to try and stay as much as at the back he can. Look at the damage on towards Hercubot from Yellow Star there. Shreds him down. They have such a fast team to chase.
They're going for it. Cyanide is going to roll in towards this one. Kevin in trouble. Here comes Cyanide right in there. He is destroyed, but Soaz is on top of him. There's a true shot barrage. Here comes the Zyra ultimate. Flashed away from Ace in the hole. Not quite going to get the kill, but they force him off. That's a 1-for-0. And after 50 minutes of playtime, it's like, well, that's enough at this stage. Those kills, you know, it's a 60-second spawn time. If you get one out, you've got that advantage for a long time. It is 60 seconds is a long time in game.
They did a fantastic job of disengaging there. They managed to avoid another Giant's belt. Really, Kevin, are you collecting these things? I'm not too sure. I'm guessing he's going to go for a frozen mallet this time around. Peke clears out the other wave. And you know, Fnatic have a very fast team of engaging there. They could have chased that one down. They could have used flashes, but instead SK very quickly disengaged that entire fight. They managed to get away. But we do see another item completed by Candy Panda. He's now got the Infinity Edge in there. Actually sold out. I'm pretty sure he had the Black Cleaver there. I don't know whether anyone else was noticing it. The expert desk is not really responding to me, but I'm pretty sure he sold the Black Cleaver and bought an Infinity Edge.
No shaking of the heads. Or nodding. Never mind. So, SK are going to be pushing their way up towards that middle inhibitor turret. The question is, can they get through without being picked off? Ocelot taking a good chunk of damage, but he's done the damage back. He's taking Yellow Star down to half HP. Here comes Cyanide again. He moves so ridiculously fast across the map there that he's almost hard to keep track of. Candy Panda actually tanking up the turret. What's that shield coming down from Janet? Where is... Ooh, Kha'Zix, look at him. He's off here to the side.
He has got so much damage. If anyone was to get caught out there, they would just get popped in an instant. You would not even see it. The camera wouldn't catch it. That's for certain, unless we were staring right at him. He's going to keep clearing that wave out around the side. He did sell the Black Cleaver. I'm not too sure. Candy Panda, though, the half the hit points. Ace in the hole hits as well. And you can see the build turret almost caught him as well. That means SK are going to have to retreat here. Cyanide immediately going on the aggressor. Is he going to go towards that push? They get the ward in now. They don't manage to go for it, but they could just push straight down. The inhibitor is respawned on both teams, and they're going to go aggressive. SK are going to try and fight from to the side.
They've managed to get the route down onto Cyanide, but not really much more than that. Hercubot taking damage. Where are they going to be aiming for? Kevin is rooted. Zyra ulti comes down. Elisa's trying to escape, but Soaz is out of position. He's forced to flash away. Ocelot going to chase him. That's going to be a kill. I'm going to move down, back down to this side. Well, I say that. Cyanide is still alive. Finally, he goes down. And they weren't able to chase back on the other side, and that's it again. Just Baron. Slight out of positioning yet, and it's perfect timing for SK Gaming. Baron comes up, they're going to be taking that one. That is the third Baron of this game. We're 52 minutes in. XPK is actually going to go down in towards that inhibitor and see if he can take that one away before anyone from SK can actually respond to that.
Well, Kassadin's not the fastest destroyer of inhibitors, that's for sure. So Beckett's definitely taking a gamble here. Candy Yellow Star could have gone for it, but he is very mobile and he should be able to escape without trouble. Candy Panda's trying to cut him off here. You can see him heading down the side. He's teleporting away, but he got silenced, so he couldn't teleport. He gets caught in the rupture. He's going to ulti again, but Candy Panda's coming around the side. This is backfired for Peke. He's been caught out, and Candy Panda should be able to chase him down. He manages to get another ulti. Hasn't got flash available. He does manage to get another ulti off. Is it going to be enough? The arcane shift is a chase of who can shift the ball. He's out of mana. He won't be able to do another ultimate. Candy Panda will have arcane shift back up in a moment. Hercubot should be able to head him off. The rupture's going to land. He's going to get taken down by Candy Panda. Now they're going to change through to the open inhibitor. Yeah, they're going to push that creeps right back as well, using that. Never mind. The ultimate coming out of Ezreal. I'm too concentrated on this one to get through. There's a massive big play coming from mid. Yeah, they've got a lot coming down there as well. They need to be careful that one, SK, but the damage they've got, they can probably finish this one off. It's 5 versus 4 anyway. It looks like they're going to go for that middle inhibitor turret and the inhibitor as well. XPK still got 45 seconds until he can spawn back into this one. Inhibitor turret does go down. Inhibitor they will go for as well. They're going to go towards the inhibitor. They've got to be careful because they are super minions getting down that midline, but they're going to try and finish this as quick as possible. They may well lose the Nexus to it for it. We'll see how that one works out. The super minions are starting to spawn down there. It's going to be the third inhibitor turn of the game. Cyanide's going to get caught out. The orb just bounced left, right. He's just avoided that. Ocelot finally finished him out. Soaz tries to come around, but leaps out of it again. They do manage to pick up 1 kill. Can they get a second? Can they get a third? Strike towards it. Soaz on towards Hercubot. He's going to have his jump back available in a moment. As soon as he catches back in there, can he chase down Hercubot? Meanwhile, in the mid, we've also got Yellow Star pushing through. He's not going to chase this one through, and they're going to back off.
They're going to back off. 2 men down for Fnatic. That's the AD carry and the AP carry. We've got Cyanide, the only one down here. That's Rammus. That means surely Fnatic have got that big advantage and they're going to push it. We've got Kha'Zix leaping over the top of the wall. They are going to be going for this one. We're 55 minutes almost into this one. Yellow Star hammering away on those creeps, and Rated and Soaz. We're going to have PK coming in from the backside as well. There are the siege minions taken out. Are they going to go for the inhibitory, or are they going to go straight through? 26 seconds for Ocelot, 20 seconds for Candy Panda. They are going to be going for this one. It's Yellow Star hammering away. XPK is there as well. There is the first Nexus turret taken down. Second one's going to be focused. Can they finish off the Nexus? This is close stuff. 8 seconds for Candy Panda. They're going to focus in towards Yellow Star. Kevin going low. Big Mike picking out Silence coming in there as well. And Rayton will go down to Kevin. So that's going to be the focus here as well. Yellow Star has to back away. XPK taking damage all over the place. Harley Gale is going to land. Can they get him? Beckett somehow gets away. And Fnatic not quite able to finish the job.
But Candy Panda took down Soaz. That means there's going to be a 70-second spawn timer. There's super minions, a massive wave of them going towards the Nexus turret right now. Fnatic have to get back and deal with them. Meanwhile, you can see that SK Gaming are just keeping them delayed. They've got 2 inhibitors down, and they are just going to pile straight up towards those super minions in the base. You can see there's going in there. Peke is desperately up towards the Nexus. Kevin is going to be able to go towards him. He's trying to do it, but meanwhile, they're in the base. Yellow Star's trying to defend them in the base. Peke is trying to take the Nexus down. Is anyone going to be able to deal with this one? Catches him with another axe. He's very low.